Bitcoin is down. We know that when it's a risk asset, it tends to sell off. Bitcoin is still a risk asset. It is off of its lows, so you have seen some buyers coming in there, maybe MicroStrategy buying more, but ultimately,
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, Gareth Soloway dives into the early collapse of crypto markets, analyzing how tariff fears triggered panic selling. Let's catch him up to uncover insights on Bitcoin's reaction and market trends.
there are two key factors driving the markets sharply lower, to the point where the NASDAQ in the early pre-market trade was down well over 4%. S&P was down as much as 3%. What was the culprit here? Well, over the weekend, yesterday, in fact, there were two planes that went from the U.S. to Colombia carrying migrants. Colombia rejected them, and then ultimately Trump said, all right, well, if you're going to reject them, we're going to slap 25% tariffs on everything immediately coming from Colombia to the U.S. Colombia then did retaliatory tariffs and is now talking about banding together with all the other South, or at least a bunch of the South American countries, to kind of be the strong player against the U.S. So that was one factor. The market's obviously worrying about a bigger trade war of tariffs. The second factor is that you had DeepSeek, which is a new AI model that a Chinese company has launched, and it is supposed to be remarkably amazing. Now, the issue here is we're seeing NVIDIA crashing to the downside. In fact, let's bring up that chart as we speak here and take a look. But NVIDIA and all other semiconductors are falling sharply to the downside here. As we take a look there, NVIDIA is just off of its lows. This is down 10%. Keep in mind, this is a 3.7 or was a 3.7 trillion with a T market cap company, down over 10% this morning. If we want to look at other charts like Taiwan Semi, TSM is getting slammed. Look at this drop on Taiwan Semi today. This is, again, it closed on Friday at 222. It's trading at below 200. 10% drop on Taiwan Semi. Broadcom down 10% this morning and off of its lows. These are massive, massive drops. Now, the kicker is this, is that if new models are coming out, why would companies be spending a truckload of money on what there's currently out there on the market in terms of like OpenAI and other things to build out their infrastructure if there's better stuff on the horizon? So that is why you're seeing these semiconductor companies getting crushed this morning. The SMH, if we take a look at the SMH, it is off of its lows pre-market. But look at this line right here. I want to show you this, guys. Take a look. This is a bear flag, a long-term bear flag. You can see it very, very clearly here, right? So if we take a look at this, here's your bearish consolidation. Here's your flagpole. And again, the idea here is very simple, that if we're seeing this bear flag break down, then this is problematic. Now, you see this lower trend line right here, this one I'm pointing to? Go back to your 10-minute. That's this line right here. So we have fallen on the SMH from up here, and if you go to Friday morning, from here all the way down, we're now right on this level of support. If this breaks, watch out below. This is one of the most impressive long bear flags I have seen in a chart in a long time. Now, it hasn't broken yet, so let's not jump the gun. They might bounce it today right off this 245, 244 level, but let's watch closely what is happening. All right, let's go back to the spiders. The S&P is down on the morning session. Look at this, guys. We closed on Friday at 608 approximately on the SPY. We traded as low as 589 and change. That is a huge drop. Now, remember on Friday, and this is the beauty of it, guys. I love this stuff. All right, so on Friday, in the game plan, I told you guys I'm looking to pick up S&P puts. Again, that's what I was looking to pick up. S&P puts. I said the charts are ripe for put plays. Volatility is low, which means you pay a low premium, and we're seeing levels hit on the S&P that make for remarkable opportunities.
Bitcoin's price action has turned decisively bullish, with traders gearing up for what could be the next major price bump. After reclaiming the $102,000 level during the DeepSeek-induced U.S. stocks rout, Bitcoin's resilience has renewed investor confidence. Andrew Dragos, European head of research at Bitwise, described Bitcoin's recovery as extremely bullish in a post on X, highlighting how it has outperformed traditional markets like the Nasdaq and S&P 500 over recent trading sessions. BTC/USD has surged more than $5,000 from its local low of $97,750 on January 27, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 closed down 1.5% and 3% respectively. Bitcoin showed remarkable strength, maintaining its six-figure value, even as concerns lingered over DeepSeek's developments, such as the Janus Pro 7 BI tool. Bitcoin bulls held firm. Dragos emphasized this divergence between Bitcoin and stocks, noting that Bitcoin stabilizing while the Nasdaq slid further is a highly bullish signal. Sentiment indicators echo this optimism. The Fear and Greed Index for traditional markets signals fear, with a score of 39 100ths, while the crypto market equivalent stands at 72 100ths, nearing extreme greed territory. Traders like Keith Allen, co-founder of Material Indicators, are seizing the opportunity to increase BTC exposure. Allen noted that the recent dip to $97,750 shouldn't shake confidence but serves as a reminder of the potential for deeper corrections in overhyped markets. He pointed out that Bitcoin's recovery of its 21-day moving average is a positive signal, bolstered by Material Indicators tools indicating potential consolidation before an explosive move. Meanwhile, analyst Rect Capital remains optimistic about Bitcoin's broader bull cycle, suggesting that it is still early in its parabolic phase. Historically, this phase lasts around 300 days, and Bitcoin is only on day 82. With sentiment, technical indicators, and market dynamics aligning, Bitcoin appears primed for its next big leap.
Bitcoin is down. We know that when it's a risk asset, it tends to sell off. Bitcoin is still a risk asset. It is off of its lows, so you have seen some buyers coming in there, maybe MicroStrategy buying more. But ultimately, again, down, broke a short-term trend line. Listen, this is, again, charts in a nutshell, right? Pivot high right into major resistance, double top on this candle with a topping tail. You got your retrace and then your rollover. That's exactly how I told you guys it could play out. If we ever break above here, then it goes to like 120 or 125. But as long as we're below this, this is the path of least resistance back to 92. Ethereum, I haven't done Ethereum with you guys in a while. Ethereum, look at this. Tagged support this morning. This is not a buy level for me. This is a buy level down here. But again, as of now, it tagged support and is holding support. A breakout would be a break above this trend line here. Then it would end up going right up in this range. All right, next up, let's take a look at gold this morning. Now, gold, again, you'd say, oh, the dollar's down. Maybe gold is up. Not so. Gold is actually seeing a little bit of selling this morning. You might say, well, why? This is a tough one, right? Because the dollar's down, fear is up. You would assume gold would go up. But again, it is getting caught in the selling and the fear, right? So you're seeing an overabundance. In addition, on a technical basis, let's just say that we had no clue that anything was going on in the world today. When you rallied up into double top, would you have assumed a pullback or a continuation? Like, look, continued upside, upside, upside. There's your double top right there. So just the chart alone, ignoring the news, it actually tells you there's a sell. There's a likelihood of a sell. Now, again, does it make sense to me? Not really, but it doesn't have to. And always remember that. Charts don't have to make sense. Or I should say that the news in combination to the chart. It's the chart is always paramount. It is what it is, double top. It should sell, even regardless of the news. That's what it's doing. So that's all we can do. And again, in all fairness, that's what you would have assumed coming into it. So now my guess is we pull back here, and then we make that bigger move up. So it kind of comes down, consolidates, loops up, and boom, to the upside. I think we head to 3,000 by year end.
XRP's price has surged by 12% on January 28, driven by Ripple's recent regulatory successes in the United States. The cryptocurrency rebounded strongly, rising from $2.66 on January 27 to an intraday high of $3.21, before stabilizing at $3.11. Ripple's acquisition of money transmitter licenses, MTLs, in New York and Texas, two states with rigorous regulatory requirements, has significantly boosted investor confidence. These new licenses expand Ripple's compliance footprint in the U.S., adding to its existing portfolio of over 50 MTLs domestically and more than 60 licenses globally. This achievement strengthens Ripple's ability to facilitate cross-border payments, increasing trust in XRP's utility. Additionally, the rally caused significant liquidations of short positions, further fueling the bullish momentum. With strong technical indicators, XRP may continue its upward trend. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to BitcoinZella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.